Hello, dear Gemini. I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary, revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your June 2022 horoscope. And let me just say, happy birthday. It is your birthday month. A few of you Geminis are celebrating your birthday in the end of May, but we're going to use the major part of June to just say happy birthday. And we have some really good news because Mercury is going to go direct in your sign this month. Now, it retrograded in the sign of Gemini last month, and I'm sure it wreaked a little bit of havoc on your miscommunications, on having to redo things. Maybe some things weren't as clear as you had hoped. However, it will station, your ruler with Mercury will station in the sign of Taurus on June 3rd to move direct. Now, it takes about 10 days to move out of shadow, so you're going to have to stay patient for the first half of June. However, what this can do is you've probably dug really deep into the subconscious and you've been able to maybe regroup and replan, retreat a little bit, give yourself permission to just clean out like a roto-rooter, kind of clean out any stuff that may have created some fears or worries or anxieties so that you can get back on the same page with yourself, with your higher self, with those that you care about. And the conversations that you most likely will have in the month of June is, hey, I've taken some time to really think about what's most important to me and the things that I really need in my life to be the best version of myself. And I have a plan in place. So if you felt like you were a little stagnant in the month of May, where things just like cross currents, or you weren't able to get certain things done that you wanted to get done, now towards the middle to end of June, you'll be able to push through. We also have Saturn stationing retrograde on June 4th. So right around that same time, this is going to be activating your ninth house. And so what you could find is that you get really internal about what you believe and the type of structures in your life, the way you discipline yourself when it comes to having certain abstract themes, you know? And also when it comes to having a far reach, meaning it could be, many of you Geminis like to stay local in your own community. You don't really want to leave too far from home. However, with Saturn stationing retrograde here, you may decide that you're going to explore what the world is like, maybe through the travel channel, or you decide you're writing something and it has to do with a travel blog, or it has to do with a foreign concept, or maybe a different cultural background, and you want to study that, and you want to put some structures around it, and you may find yourself working within your community. I see some of you, I'm just getting a hit, some of you Geminis may be getting into politics, and you're having some of your information gathering here with Saturn retrograde as far as like, what's my position? What is it that I really believe in? And let me get really clear within myself first before I decide to put it out there and get on that campaign trail and really push my agenda through. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be just politics. It can also be when it comes to what you believe as far as your with all of your relationships as well. So you may be looking at, we'll say, personal relationships and saying, hey, you know what I really think, what I really believe, what I really value is this. It's changing, it's reshaping itself based on what's happening in the world. And so there is a restructuring that may happen within yourself that also causes you to restructure the way in which you relate to others. Now, Venus is a beautiful, it's in its sign of Taurus. And so Venus, our planet of love, beauty, harmony, relationships, finances, is canoodling with Uranus on June 11th. This is in your 12th house. So what you may find is that there could be something hidden behind the scenes in that 12th house regarding your relationships or your finances, the things you value, that may suddenly come to light. And what it can do is it can provide you with maybe the resources that you need in order to accomplish some greater things. It may also bring in some hidden, say, expressions from personal relationships for you. Now, with 12th house, it's not so much of the personal, only because we're working with, it's the end of the cycle. It's the all-encompassing subconscious, the all that is. However, we know that we have these personal relationships. We're in a relationship to all things. And I think that's something that's really important, especially for Gemini, who loves to connect and loves to be a part of socializing. And I would say that you may find yourself invited or having a conversation with someone or a group that just wants you to participate and be a part of it. And your ideas are going to be valued because you've gone through the depths of what needed to be unearthed for you. And you're able to now offer your gifts of great compassion and healing, maybe through your words and through writing. Now we have a Sagittarius full moon on June 14th. This is opposite your sign, the sun being in your sign of Gemini. And so at this full moon, and we have Mercury ingressing back into your sign, you may decide to go deeper into a relationship dynamic. The reason I say that is we've got your first and seventh house activated at this full moon. And so you could declare your love. You could say, hey, you know what? I am letting go of this old construct I held on to about I will never do this, or I made this vow or whatever. I see a lot of vows being released at this time for you, Gemini, where, for example, let's just say you've been hurt in love. I'm just going to keep using relationship as our dynamic here, as our example. But let's say you've been hurt in love and you said, I will never love like that again. Well, maybe that vow at this full moon gets broken and you're able to say, you know what? Love didn't hurt me. An individual who was hurting hurt me. And so now I can say I truly am open to love and I'm open to receiving this love. And I want to declare it and I want to speak to it. I want to write about it. Now, some of you may also be saying wedding vows at this time or having conversations about what your relationships really look like. Some of you will also be looking at your friendships and saying, do they still have value? Do they have the opportunity to give me great freedom, which is what I need? I know Gemini can be known to be non-committal. However, I actually feel as though around this full moon that you will be ready to have a little bit of more commitment, a little deeper commitment here. Now, the reason that I also say that is we've got Venus canoodling the North Node right around this time and Mars canoodling Chiron. Now, this is your 11th and 12th houses, and these are in the signs of Aries and Taurus. And so your independent spirit, your need for freedom, your desire for something bigger than yourself to allow you to be inspired, to allow you to heal old wounds or to find your destiny and move towards it. That's what all this energy is working with. And so speaking your truth, what is your truth? That's what the Sagittarius full moon is really about. Speak your truth. How do you feel? What do you think? What do you need in order to be the best partner, in order to show up as that person who can be reliable or that person who has the wisdom and the insight to be able to help others? We have summer solstice activating your second house. That means the sun moves into the sign of Cancer, and this can energize your value system. It can energize your income, energize your personal possessions and your physical body, all these things that second house embodies. You could feel really motivated to show up in a way that allows others to feel nurtured and cared for because of the way in which you express your values and your physicality. Venus enters your sign on June 23rd in your first house, giving you that beautiful, attractive quality. So if you're single and looking for love, don't worry. If nothing has shown up before this time, just wait. Venus, especially right as she leaves the sign of Aries and moves into, leaves the sign of Taurus and moves into the sign of Gemini, she may activate, leave a little gift at the door for you in that 12th house that now with her being in the sign, in your sign, she gets to say, hey, now dance your dance, do your thing. You've spoken your truth at that full moon. People know where you stand. They believe, they want to be around you. You're socializing, you're enjoying life, and boom, you attract that new partner into your life. And I feel as though it's someone who is going to just bring such joy to you. And if you're partnered with somebody, this gives you an opportunity to socialize and travel with your beloved, creating a beautiful, warm connection, finding the resources and the energy you need in order to enjoy life, especially because we have a Cancer new moon on the 28th in your second house. And so this second half of June should give you a lot of things to celebrate, a lot of things to feel good about, to feel inspired, and to also to be nurtured. Maybe it's you receiving that nurturing from others, because with Venus in your sign, you can easily attract what you need in order to give and receive love. Now, one other thing I want to just point out is Mars is still in its home sign of Aries, and we just came off of an eclipse with the Taurus and Scorpio eclipse. So we may still be feeling some of that energy. So the inspiration, the positivity, the get up and go. Like I say, if you felt stagnant in the month of May, at the beginning of June, just wait. Good news is coming, Gemini. And I do feel as though you're going to be really happy with the news, whether it's personal or professional. And so I feel as though the second half of June is going to give you something that you get to celebrate and enjoy, and just trust that you have the tools. This is an opportunity for in June as well to take a break from all the hard work that you've been putting in and using the tools that you have to just energize the creativity inside of you. Because I do feel too, Gemini, there's a creative project or something that you're wanting to work on that gives you great joy. It's a beautiful time this month to put that into action. All right, Gemini, I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Come find me at jamiedawn.com. I look forward to working with you. Have a great month.